Hey, all, happy Friday. Get ready. The weekend is almost upon us, and hopefully we can come back to some form of normalcy, at least by the weekend. You know what I mean?
I'll be cleaning up trees this weekend.
I know. Yeah, I know. That came out of my mouth, and I looked at you, and I was like, yeah, you got some work to do.
Tiny amount of work. It's fine, though.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah, but so does everybody else. We've got something we want to discuss here today, and we have some Bardstown. We got the new products here that we got on our hands. We got the Discovery, the brand new Discovery of the 2026 Discovery, and we have their barrel finish.
Yep.
Now, both of these bottles, as you guys probably all know, are not cheap. They're relatively expensive. I think both of these are around $140.
They are.
Depending on your area. So we are going to taste those. We are going to give you our opinion on each, our honest opinion on each. But more than that, we took a Friday show to discuss this because it's been lingering in my mind. Because it seems when we do shows here on the channel of whiskeys, bourbon, no matter what it is, that are elevated in price, unless it's some kind of fanatical special release as a wild turkey product.
Yeah, or Buffalo Trace or one of those.
Something like that. That y'all really aren't interested much in that anymore. How much is too much? Legitimately, we want to figure that out today. How much is too much? Well, I'm going to give you my honest opinion. If I feel like these bottles, 140 is too much money. Now, I know a lot of you are already going to hit those comments and say, that's a dumb question. 140 is too much.
Sure.
And I respect that. I honestly do. But there's other folks out there that might not mind throwing down 140 if something's exceptional. Something they can have on the shelf and share at some special times at their home. So let's get into this. Let's get into the tasting, and let's get into the conversation, Trent.
Yeah.
Legitimately. I want this video to be more than just a bourbon review, you know? This is their barrel finish. We started this one first, Trenton, because the proof was a little bit less here. It's 104 proof.
Oh, okay.
And I'm going to do my best to read the small labels. One thing I absolutely appreciate from Bardstown, they do a lot of things exceptionally well there. They always are very forthright in everything that's in their blends. It's always on the label. You can find so much information about what's going on when you purchase a bottle. This is the Locks of Jura. This is a barrel finish, finished in single malt Scotch whiskey barrels, which, of course, you all know that piqued my interest a little bit as well.
Piqued mine, too.
Yeah, and I thought so, Trent. You're going to have to read that, bro. That's too small even with my glasses.
This is 49% Indiana, 11 year, 75, 21, 4 MGP, 30% Indiana, 10 year, 95.5 rye?
Really?
Oh, blend of straight whiskeys, yep. And 21% Kentucky, 12 year, 75, 13, 12, which, if I'm not mistaken, is wild turkey. But 75, 30... I'm just talking out of my you-know-what. That's not confirmed. They didn't put that on here. I see that mash bill from Kentucky, and it piques my interest. Bardstown has done a ton of collaborations or different things with their lineup in the past. They've done the Plantation Rum. They've done the Amaro No Niño. They've done a ton of different ones that I have liked, Foursquare, that I have enjoyed. The biggest thing, though, is that their collaborations and a lot of these that aren't a part of their Origin series are around 120 to 140 bucks consistently. Even several years ago, it's been, the price has been consistently 140 bucks. I can appreciate the fact that it hasn't gone up like a lot of other products have, like Blanton's and a lot of other.
Blanton's is 90 bucks now.
Yeah, insane. But I will say that's a tough barrier to entry for a lot of people, I think. And
understandable.
That's what we're trying to figure out here today for stuff like this, especially something that has Scotch involved in it, or it's finished in a Scotch cask.
And for those Scotch geeks out there, I'm hanging on to waiting for Trent to finish here because there's also some verbiage on here. Ex-bourbon and ex-sherry cask used to age single malt were filled with bespoke blend of straight bourbon and rye, then finished for 32 months. So you got some ex-bourbon and some ex-sherry in the mix here too, which I think is, just in reading, I think it's pretty fantastic. But
I mean, listen now. You got to smell that. That smells redonkulous.
Man, that is so sweet on the nose. Is it not?
No, it is.
That is just sweetness galore.
there's this beautiful toasty maltiness going on in there that is just, it's reeling me in, hook, line, and sinker. I think that's a fishing term. I don't fish. Dude,
I need to take you fishing.
No, because here, listen, I was copperline fishing with my grandpa in New York a couple weeks ago.
Oh, really? Did you do that?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I mean, I was just
really
I was
cool.
just in the boat. It was me, my grandpa, he's 90, my cousin Aiden, and
That's
my
awesome.
stepbrother Hunter.
Sometimes he pulls up some monster lake trout.
So fishing there has been pretty rough as of late, but I think he caught some trout. And dude, he reeled that thing in and just bashed it over the head with a club.
Did he really?
And I'd never seen that. So I was like, what on earth just happened? I let spiders out. I pick spiders up and take them outside. And he's 14, just whaled this fish to death.
Yeah, I've never done that. I can say that. I guess it would keep it from flopping around and getting back into water. But yeah,
I think that's probably one of the most
shocking moments of your life.
Not only that, because I was like, "What are you doing with that?" It looked so primitive, dude. It was just like a club. Yeah, it looks like what Fred Flintstone would carry around with him in the Scooby-Doo mobile or whatever they call it. That's a whole separate thing. Humane, probably one of the most humane ways of taking a fish out instead of letting it, oxygenate to death or go out of breath until you go out, lights out. I don't know, but dude, he just whack right on the noggin and he was out. So I was like, well, at least it was probably painless.
Well, that's a beautiful fishing story, dude.
It was
not what I was expecting to hear. Honestly.
Hook, line, and sinker. Anyways, this is reeling me in like that. Hopefully, it doesn't beat me over the head.
It went from glorious reeling in to just beating the snot out of a fish. I don't know how we did that, but we did. Wow, what a ride.
Dude, I dig that.
That is a ride. That's outside the box.
Very.
Grant you. I will also say that for those of you that are not into Scotch at all, and we're not peated. Get that out of your mind. This is nothing. We're not even discussing anything like a peated. Just anything that's Scotch in general. This may not be for you. But wow, that is full flavor. It's rich. My only knock on my first sip, I didn't really sense a really nice viscosity level to the juice.
I could agree with that. Honestly, though, I do like this quite a bit. I wasn't really sure what my expectations were going to be. You see something with the price point like this. Yeah. Nice packaging, everything else, and then it's a blend. Mm-hmm. That's finished in Scotch barrels, and it's $140.
Yep.
And the highest age statement here is 12 year. So it's not an inexpensive bottle by any means.
No.
But I do enjoy it.
I do too. You getting a lot of that toasty vibes, as Trenton talked before. A wonderful toastiness, a slight hint of that malty level flowing in with that toast. But then at the end, towards the end of the palate, I'm getting some fruit notes in there too.
You get that Scotch influence with that like really nice warm like sherry or berry note in there a little bit. It reminds me a little bit of like Christmas time. Like, you're snuggling in with a blanket and like a gingerbread cookie.
This
or
would be
something
a wonderful pour when it's 5 degrees outside and
It
snowing
would.
and you're just looking out the window, looking at the snow.
Yeah.
You're sitting on your easy chair. You got the blanket up on you.
That would be good.
This would be a wonderful pour. $140. We'll get back to that. Let's go to the next one. Buddy.
All right.
You're gonna have to read the label. I'm not gonna be able to.
2026 Discovery. This is also a blend of straight bourbon whiskeys finished in Gariana oak barrels.
Oh, that's right. I saw that. And one of my American single malts over there that I have was a Gariana. And it is wild and I love it. And so I was excited to break this. I forgot all about that was Gariana.
Yeah. 55% Indiana 10-year, 75-21-4, 25% Kentucky 11-year, 74-18-8, and 20% 7-year, or 20% Kentucky 7-year, 74-16-10. Okay. 20% 7-year. Interesting.
Yeah, that's unusual.
It is.
A little bit unusual.
Bespoke rich bourbon blend aged in rare Gariana oak barrels during a transitional season on an upper floor. Okay, this is 112.8 proof. Again, $140. On first glance of the mash bill, I don't love the 7-year age statement. At least this one had everything above a 10-year. Mm-hmm. Granted, some of it was rye whiskey, 95.5, but nothing wrong with 10-year 95.5 from MGP. Mm-hmm.
No, I agree. I was a little bit taken back with the 7-year. It's just something normally not seen in their blends.
I know. So, okay, is this like Discovery 14 then, or is this? Do we know that?
It says
I don't
Discovery.
think it could.
It's Discovery 2026, bud.
What?
2026. That's all it says on here.
That's confusing.
And that's why I left it as that.
Maybe I should have left well enough alone.
Probably.
Where did this go?
I gotta see this. Garyana wood, man. Like I said, if I could find that over there, I'd grab it real quick, but it's probably buried somewhere back there, but in the shelves of American single malts.
The latest release in Bardstown Bourbon Company's acclaimed Discovery series begins. Okay. A 4-month finishing period in custom-made Garyana oak barrels adds a subtle layer of spice and structure, complementing rather than overshadowing the mature Kentucky whiskey at its core.
Does he give you a number, though?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Just says Discovery 2026.
Maybe they're getting rid of the numbering system.
I don't know.
I'm fine with that. Just put a year on it.
Yeah.
Remember they were talking, they did a few of these a year, and we were talking another show last year or whatever, so just do one.
Yeah,
I think that's a great idea.
I think especially now in the whiskey climate that we're talking about, and just the sheer volume of bottles that people have procured from like 2019 to 2020, 2022 or 2023 at the peak of bourbon sales, I think people are much more likely to buy a single release for like 2026 Discovery, for example, than picking up 3 throughout the entire year. I think it's something to look forward to. I think it builds the hype a little bit more. I don't know many people that are going out and buying every single Elijah Craig anymore, or every single Booker's anymore, and that kind of stuff. So I think I like that. I like that idea.
I do too.
I'm surprised they bumped it down to a 7-year. So that's curious, but
Very.
If it's a rare barrel, you know,
that's the thing. It's depending on this Garyana wood, and I'm thinking you're gonna. It's. I mean, I'm getting cinnamon.
What is that?
Some really sugary cinnamon.
I get maple in this too.
Yep. Followed by, I was gonna say, butterscotchy type sweetness note. There's like some sugary cinnamon.
I get like some cream cheese frosting too, or something like that.
That's fine. Yeah. That Garyana wood is just shredding the sweetness on here. Vanilla.
Very nice vanilla on that.
Very nice vanilla.
Wow, that Garyana is shining bright.
Fire, dude.
Wow. What's the proof? 112.8.
That's a great proof. I think it sips right to it. It's got a little spice to it, which I like. But that sugary cinnamon is flipping divine.
It's like a cinnamon creme brulee type of a thing.
Yes.
The viscosity is beautiful.
Thank you for saying that, because it is. Could you tell the difference a little bit moving
100%.
from this one to this one as far
100%.
as the texture and the oiliness,
absolutely.
the viscosity?
Absolutely. Sure. I mean, this is more traditional bourbon flavor profile. The viscosity is nice, but I think I've never licked a Garyana barrel. I don't know what that's like, but I think that is imparting so many nice,
beautiful,
interesting flavors in here.
Beautiful flavor. All right, buddy, let's just talk about, I know what a lot of folks are going to say because I'm in tune with the community. For one, immediately they're going to say not $140 because it's not straight bourbon whiskey.
Fair.
It's basically finishes.
Yeah.
In both. Now, I will tell you this, my humble opinion, I think the finishes in both of these bottles are impeccable.
I would agree.
Some of the best finished whiskey I've ever had right here of these two. Legitimately. They pulled it in the perfect time frame where the whiskey shines, but yet the finish is imparting beautiful flavors. Beautiful flavors. So I know what a lot of you folks are going to say right out of the gate. If it's not a high age stated straight bourbon whiskey, it's not going to be worth that 100. It's not going to be worth that kind of money.
And that's fair.
Very fair. If
Completely
that's what
fair.
you're into and everything else, I get all that completely. I really do. Because if I'm going to be honest, by finishing a product, it does diminish in my brain what dollar amount that you want to put on it.
For sure.
You know, when you throw out a Russell's 15, I'm not comparing that, and it's a lot more money for that, but it's a 15-year bourbon.
Right. Straight bourbon.
Yeah, straight bourbon. And 15's the least it could be in the blend. You know, it could be a little bit more than that, 15-year. So I get that. I get that completely. I really do. There's a ton of 12-year bourbons that we have down here in the bar that I would much prefer these as a sipping experience, as engagement, just enjoyment of having a pour.
I think one of the things too that I'm kind of curious about at this point, if you guys have been with us for a while, I'm sure you have quite the collection at home as well. If I were to buy either of these, I would pick up the what is this? Locks of Durham. I think it's a very unique, engaging experience. It's not something that I've ever had before or tasted before. I think it marries a lot of really good things, and it showcases, I think, what Bardstown does really well, which is the finishing of their collaborations or whatever you want to call it. This too, they sent us this.
We
one
did a little review for Patreon.
Yeah, we did this on Patreon. This was the Victoria Pineapple Barrel Finish, and I believe this one was also $140. So that theme is consistent, that $140. While not for me, purely because it's a very sweet pour, very, very unique. And I can applaud Bardstown for going outside the box and exploring something like this.
Right.
Because it is a dessert pour, and that's not going to be everybody's cup of tea, especially for $140.
Wasn't there actually, I think there were pineapples actually thrown in the barrels as well.
There was.
When the finishing process happened.
So,
but again, please, I applaud them for being forthright and honest of the process.
Yeah.
So for the folks out there who are like, they threw a pineapple in my bourbon barrel? Not in a million years. But you have to give credit that you at least have that information in order to make that particular decision that's best for you.
I think you have some brands that have become a little bit stagnant in terms of what they're willing to do and release. We're aware of several large distilleries that have incredible barrels of stuff that is not a part of their usual SKU lineup by any means. Different barrels, different finishes. And we're talking large distilleries that we've been fortunate enough to taste. And they just don't release it. And I'm not entirely sure why. So I really do applaud Bardstown for taking some of their experiments and putting them on the market for other people to taste. Do we wish that the price was less than $140?
Always.
100%.
Yeah, always. We're talking anything with the high price tag, we always wish it was less.
Yeah.
Always.
If I purchased this for $140 of my own money, would I be upset that I purchased it for $140? No. I think I would enjoy this greatly for some time. Would I go out of my way to purchase a second one? Probably not.
No.
But
I agree.
I would, having tasted it, I would recommend if you're into experimental stuff, especially if you're into Scotch too. It's not peated, but it's very good. It's very good. Both of these are very good.
Both of them very good. For me, guys, we kind of got to bring this to a close, and we're kind of rambling just a bit because it's a topic I think that needs to be addressed by all of us folks in the whiskey community, and let your voice be heard in the comments sincerely. I mean that sincerely. How much is too much? How much is too much? What are you willing to pay for? What are you willing to pay more for?
Yeah.
You know, again, we try to be as honest as could be on everything that went into this. I was thrilled with the tasting.
Oh, me too.
I loved them both. And once again, I'll reiterate, I think the finishing process on both of these bottles were impeccable.
I agree.
And that's the word I used before, and I'll use that again because I think it's a fantastic job on their part. I love the flavors that were imparted in both of these bottles from the finishing process. For me, $140, you know, that's always a case-by-case basis. To me, you're skirting at that level. You're skirting it because it's finished. There's a lot of things going on. You're kind of hitting the top of the peak there on the pricing for me.
Yeah.
If I bought this, as Trenton mentioned, for $140, either one of these two, I'm not going to go, well, that was just a complete waste of money, because it wasn't. It's very good.
Yeah.
I would not buy another one at that I'll reiterate what Trent said there as well. I would not buy another one at that price point. But I think you're kind of now. Do I wish this was $100, 95, $100? Then we'd be saying, man, this is a pretty darn good buy.
Yeah.
So, there we are. There we have it there. And I know, listen, I was kind of hoping one of these would kind of suck a little bit or something.
I'm glad they didn't, though.
And I'm glad they didn't,
Yeah.
because it'd make the discussion a little bit easier. I know I'm kind of skating a little bit on you guys there, and I feel bad about that. But I'm going to say I'm not going to come out and say it. I think it is worth the $140, but no more. And that's me, because I do enjoy a very nice finished, a very well finished product. I know a lot of you out there. Let us know. I'm rambling around here. I'm confusing myself. We got into this conversation. I'm now more confused than when we started.
Hey, sometimes that happens. But honestly, I would recommend these at the price that they are MSRP at $140. Give one of them a shot, or both of them.
Yeah.
I would love to hear the thoughts that you guys have about these bottles, and the entire discourse that we've been yearning for, or wanting to know from you guys about how much is too much.
Yes.
In the comments, please.
Let us know. If anything, let us know, because we're very curious. All right, guys, that's all you got for today. I want you to have a fantastic weekend. Spend some time with your family and friends. Summer, before we know, it's going to be over.
Thank God.
No, just get out of here. That's
too
not
hot.
where I wanted to go with the ending of this
Give me
video.
the fall, and we'll be good
Get
to
out
go.
of here. You go now. That's just silly talk.
After this, yeah. We got to end it, though,
That's silly. Enjoy what you have left of your summertime. Spend some time with family and friends and sip a little bit of good whiskey. I think that's a good idea. As always, we ask you to please drink responsibly, and we'll see you next time. Right down here with Trent and me in the good old basement bourbon bar. See you later.